So welcome to Recent Magic. In this video I want to explain why I use that phrase, recent magic, and what it means. And I want to talk about it in a way that is imbued with mindfulness and a little bit of my hypnosis training, so it helps you to experience recent magic in your life. So what I mean by recent magic is those moments in life where you feel alive, or perhaps you let go of something and you just see the problem in a new way, and you kind of go, ah, yes, why am I bothering with that thing? Or it could be that you read a quote and it just makes you think, something unlocks, and it just allows you to let go of something and be a bit more free. And it allows you to change your behaviours in life. So you stop doing the problem, or if you've got any ruminating, you just let go of that. You just don't need to bother. You just get on and put your aliveness into something positive, something that you want to do. So it's a very natural state, this, and I'm going to talk about it a bit more, so you'll be able to recognise it and encourage it to happen when you want it to. But first, let's just talk about when we have those moments, when we are perhaps searching for something and we might not know it, but we may be searching to step into that openness, that certain way of relearning something. So we might have a pattern that repeats where we have an unhelpful behaviour, or maybe we're eating too much, or we're just ruminating, or whatever the situation with, something negative in your life basically. We can often kind of get a fixed view of that problem, and it's us sustaining it. No one else is into the problem as much as we are, so it's us that keeps thinking about it and not getting on with other stuff, not getting on with stuff we'd do if we just weren't thinking about the problem. So there's those moments where a part of us, well, we're perhaps drawing ourselves back into the problem until we've learnt something, until we've perhaps had that moment where something clicks and we go, ah, that's why I am thinking this way. Perhaps it's a feeling associated with the problem, and we'll just tune into that. So we'll go into the body and we'll go, oh, I feel a bit worried. And we're not in that worry, we're just sort of seeing it, allowing it to flow through without holding it back, without holding on to it. And it releases a bit, and then we just end up acting differently next time. We just do something differently. We just become more alive. We're less stuck. Other little times might be where we are maybe we're reaching for YouTube for a guided meditation, or to watch something. It could be to have a change of feeling. Maybe part of us knows that we want to change to feel a bit differently. Or it could be music. We could want to listen to a certain type of music, or a certain type of TV show. Part of us wants to feel differently. So we have this behaviour, sometimes it's habitual, where we'll put a certain TV show on. And there's nothing wrong with that. But just notice the times where there is a want to sort of grow, a want to know something more deeply. If there's a kind of grasping or tightness around that kind of behaviour, that's an invitation to slow down and tune in. Tune into what's going on in that situation, in that moment. There'll be a lot of data and information and feelings that are just expressing through, flowing through, that just need to be experienced. And we often want to hear messages. With recent magic, I might repeat myself in different ways. Some of these messages that I'll be talking about are just from ancient minds, you know, some of the classic texts, classic books and ideas and concepts from thousands of years ago. They're still relevant today. They just perhaps need to be said in a different way. Sometimes we have to hear something in a slightly different way. And sometimes we have to hear something several times. And sometimes we just have to hear something at the right moment. We just hear that message in that right moment, we hear that concept and we feel that concept. And that's a bit like when someone is religious and they go to church. They regularly go to church to hear a certain message to keep them on track. Or they read from the Bible perhaps. But they don't read it once and are cured for the problems of life. And it's the same for people that aren't religious, that perhaps revisit YouTube or courses or read books or even TV shows to kind of keep bringing in a message that we need. This is just an invitation to lean into it and call it recent magic. To find those moments of the step up to the next level, or even a drop down into the body to feel something that needs to be felt. And this is a way to make us more expansive and to grow. So I'm going to talk in a way that might help you step into those moments. So it might help you identify those moments and become more open to inspiration and change coming from within, flowing from within. So one way we might have experienced that is if we've kind of walked in nature, perhaps up a hill or a mountain, and you've got the fresh mountain air, breathing that in, it's really expansive, it's filling up to the top of your being, and the exhale allows you to just let go of stuff. Just become present and let go of thoughts and concepts. And perhaps you can imagine walking to the top of this mountain, and you look out at this view that's absolutely beautiful. It's so expansive, and it's just nature happening. And you don't need to change anything, and you don't have to feel any need to. You just take in the view in that kind of expanded way. You're just taking everything in. That way your awareness becomes quite wide. So your eyes aren't fixed on any one thing. They're just moving around, looking at the view, just taking it in as it is. Nothing to change. That's the same kind of way of experiencing those moments. We don't go into that place where we have to change something. We're not ruminating. We're not doing some behaviour to get out of it. We're just present to it. We start to feel differently. A feeling will rise up and flow out like the breath. And we won't hold on to it. And we will have experienced something. We will have learnt something, and we will have grown. Or maybe it's that kind of feeling you've been on holiday for a few days and you're just getting into it. You're kind of lying by the beach or in the sun, and you've just stopped thinking about anything like work or anything. You're just hearing the waves in the distance and people playing on the beach, and you feel the sun all over your body, and you're kind of melting into the sun lounger. So you feel one with the sun lounger, the beach, all the sounds. All that experience is just flowing through you, and you're not needing to change anything. You're taking it in fully. Letting the natural sound of the waves kind of bring on that feeling of emotions flowing through you. You don't need to hold on to them. They just naturally rise and fall and go. And they bring an expansiveness that way. Just as that breath in, the mountain air breath in, feel that going into your mind. That's really expansive and allows you to blow out the cobwebs, blow out all those old thoughts, any holding, any cares, and become present to what is there. So those are a couple of examples of how to sort of bring on those moments of magic, really. And I call them magic because they only kind of happen once. It will only happen for you in that moment, in that way, once. And that's like everything in the present. But when you're in a stressful mind, when you're thinking about being productive, or you're thinking of yourself as a concept, what you need to get done in your life, what do I need to achieve? You're seeing yourself as a concept. And you don't see these moments. You're just thinking about what can I create to have a moment, something in the future. Or you're stuck on the past and you're stuck in a moment. Let go of that. Come back to the present. There's a magic in the present. And that's why I call it recent magic. Because the nearer to the present it is, the better. There's no point living in the past or the future. When it's closest to the present, it has more of a ability to change that. In fact, only in the present you can make a certain type of change, and that is by bringing that awareness onto the present. It'll only happen once. Once it's happened, it's a concept in your mind. It will have lost something. To go into the mind, it will have lost some dimensions. So you can only experience it in its full multi-dimensional lesson, this learning in the present. So yeah, and hopefully that will get you to have a ripple effect in your life. So you can imagine, just as the sort of awareness and the change of thinking flows through your body and mind, it flows through your life. So you'll be having different conversations, you'll be acting differently with people, and then they'll be acting differently with other people, and you'll have this ripple effect of calmness and expansiveness and learning and growth. So yeah, hoping to be on a journey with you. And yeah, if you have any phrases or examples of when you've had these moments where something has clicked, the penny dropped is a great phrase, or the fog lifted, or I woke up, yeah, something like that. If you've got a phrase or a memory of a big realization, or when you let go of something and you felt differently, please let me know.